Now, we get down to another factor that will block production. So many times I have students come in and they'll take the air on the upbeat and they'll say, and they will hesitate before they release it on the downbeat. They'll do this. They'll say, they say 1, 2, ready. And then when they come in, they got to press and push on it and not get that real good second flow in the air outside. So that has to be eradicated. We don't want to have a breakage between the inhale and the exhale. It should be one continuous move. So I normally think about if you look at a swing, when the swing goes, it doesn't stop up in there. It's what? One movement. Or either if you look at the water coming up to the beach. Water coming up to the beach. The water comes up to the beach, but it doesn't stop. It goes right back out. So if you have the imagery in your mind, that's all. Now, in order to really develop that, we should, I think, start the student off with thinking about staccato. That means getting the tongue in the sound. You know, getting him by which he can flow the air just like the boat. So I now may have them to do that by thinking in terms of 3 factors. The vocal solfeggio, the breath solfeggio, then the mouthpiece solfeggio, and then into the horn. That means it's like a duplication. If I take a tune like this, a simple tune, I say, two, 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 two. Now, I want to duplicate that again and get the pitch in the wind. There it is. Now you should be able to hear the pitch in the wind. Two, 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 two. Then I hook the mouthpiece. Then bow it into the horn and duplicate that. And then come right out. See? You see? Now, so many times I have students that will change the whole setup. Now, if you notice, this goes into another thing. See, reason I think this is very significant of talking about these things, because this goes into another thing, because most time when students will sing that, and I get them to what? Do that, then what will happen when they get the horn? They change everything about it, and then they're trying to press and push on there. But the whole thing is that one thing I'd like to backtrack on, that the trumpet, we ask, what is the trumpet? Trumpet is a brass wind instrument. A brass wind instrument. It's not a brass muscle instrument. See, most time a person gets a trumpet, first thing they do is say, oh man, I gotta play this note. Yeah, and they say, yeah, I gotta get this note. Yeah, and then nothing comes out the horn. Because they're trying to muscle everything out. But the whole thing, you don't want anything muscle. You want it to be what? Without that. So if you think about the wind, all right, tone production, I should have mentioned this at first. It's like taking the wind, right? Wind, which is airflow. You can say wind or airflow. When the wind moves, or the airflow moves through the lips, it vibrates the lips. right? Then it produces what we call resonance, which is sound. And that's the whole thing we want. Not if I try to muscle and push and press, no. But if I say what? Here, I can't see my lips again. I'll say, and it's like I haven't had to push anything. See? All right, now, so I know that what? I have what they call, this goes back to the brain. In my mind is what I call an aural perception of sound. Now I have another thing that comes in after changing all that. Now if I do this again, I'm going to say, I'm going to do this. Same low, simple exercise. And I do this, I say, true, 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 true. And then I say, I got to, so I'm all tight up, pressed and everything. Now, I'm going to loosen up and not do that and think about wind support. Now, I don't really like to think about air because air is all around us here, but it's stagnant. I think about wind because wind denotes movement. In fact, a hurricane comes, either a tornado, people start running because it has some what? Velocity, and it can lift and move things. So I think in terms of wind. I didn't have to push anything to come right into it. I want to do that soft, I would think about the bow again. Yeah. If I want to really charge, I can have that. So, is there any questions at this time? Yeah.
Professor,
Yes, sir.
speaking about wind and or air, do you consider concepts of the velocity of the wind?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about it because that is very significant. But first of all, I wanted to establish one thing, what? Not to press with the body. Now, let me just say this one thing before I go ahead. Now, when I take in the air, and I hear so many people, I want what? Wind support or air support. Well, I use that term, airflow support. Not body support. Now, if I do this and say, yeah, I got support down here, whatever, tight stomach, I can't move nothing. See, what is that? So I'm not thinking in terms of that. I'm thinking in terms of what? Wind support. Now, how do I keep the attention from being here? How do I keep that from happening?